Hey, what up YouTube? We're back with another video. This time on a first impression for Landy. We're gonna see if she's actually a good enough unit so that you guys can pull. But sadly to know, she's a limited unit, so sucks for you if you can't get it. But honestly, it's gonna be suck for me too because, God, I hate limited units. Like, why do just? I just can't pull her. You know, we're just gonna pray. Okay, this is gonna be a limited unit. This is what small gate shows for us. So let's get into this. Let's see what she got. Open the gates. I mean, open the door.
Let me show you my secret weapon. Respect the great Landy! I'm Landy, Felicia's chief of police. If you notice anyone suspicious or have a lead for me, don't hesitate to let me know.
First off, for like, let's put it this way, okay? If you are into lollies, okay, and you're not protecting them, and you try to loot them, she's after you, okay? She's literally like police, straight up. We finally have like a police, but I don't know why the police is a lolly too. What the fuck? Like, shit. I don't want to think about it. Okay, first, her physical appearance is kind of cool. No, that shit's illegal. That shit's illegal, bro. Oh, go next.
폴리티아의 경찰청장 랑디라고 한다. 수상한 사람을 발견하거나 범죄에 관련한 정보를 얻으면 바로 연락하도록.
Not me.
네, 정말 많이 기다리셨죠.
It's not me.
저도
I swear, it's not me.
많이 해보지
I did
못한
nothing wrong.
새로운 역할 하게 돼서 되게 재밌었고요.
하다 보니 플랑보.
All right, listen here. We're after some flan, bro. Some flan. She a fucking dessert. I would drench some fucking caramel sauce on that shit right now. I mean, wait. Hands up. But I will definitely go for this one. This one right here is a bait. This one right here is a bait. Wherever my finger can go. This one's a bait. Right here. Bait. This one right here. That's waifu, dude. I lost at the wink. This is like the newer version right here. The new updated version. Updated with the big bombers, bro. Look at all that storage space. Woo! Holy shit, dude. That's like an SSD right there. Newly updated 1 terabyte. Oh. Oh. Nutty! It's probably not even 1 terabyte. It's probably like even bigger than that shit. Oh man, dude. I could fit the new graphics card in here. Dude, you know, like the graphics card, literally 30 centimeters? Bro, this thing fit in 2 of them. Dual SLI. Fucking go all ham. 3090. Both on those. I'll stop it right there. We continue with the video.
보다 구형 모델인 편이 인간들이 말하는.
The first limited in episode 2 was Cerise. It was a water. It was an ice ranger. Now we have an earth ranger. On the Leo, god damn it, I'm about to say star sign again. I don't know why it's like the first thing I think about when I think about my videos. Let's just meme it for now. Star sign, Leo star sign. It's zodiac. It's zodiac. I'm pretty sure it's zodiac. Okay, it finally clicked on my head. But anyways, she has a decent amount of attack, pretty high health, honestly, for like a DPS unit. Like 6k base is actually pretty sick. 112 base speed, which is not too bad for a DPS, I would like to say. And then she has some shitty defense like every other DPS character. Good crit chance, 23 makes it a little bit easier for you to gear. Now, the only thing I like to say about this one is, now that we see that these are her DPS stats, she literally builds out as this. You could probably build her maybe kind of tanky, but we gotta see the rest of her kit to really know. Her imprint release, fucking garbage. What kind of DPS needs effect res for, bro? Dude, it's called 15%. You don't need that shit, okay? And she got imprint concentration attack. Okay, so what this says here means you only need to pull 1 of her. Right? So you don't need any extra. It's not crit chance, it's nothing, okay? You just need 1 of her, and you yeet it. You get the fuck out of there, dude. Just you don't want to pull like a second version, okay? You don't want to pull 2. You don't want to pull 3, but you're probably gonna pull like 6. We'll probably see why in like, I don't know, maybe the artifact is probably really good, and that's probably the reason why that we're gonna be pulling 6 because we can't get the artifact, right? Normally that's the case, right? Go next. S3 full bursts. Okay, fires at all enemies and grants the caster increased speed for 2 turns. When the fighting spirit is full, consumes all fighting spirit to increase damage dealt and increases combat readiness for all allies by 15%. This skill cannot trigger a counterattack, which is actually pretty nice. So, combined with their stats, and you literally see this. There's literally the only utility that this thing offers is CR boost. So now I'm thinking she's a cleaver. She looks like a cleaver. She literally is just straight up a cleaver. And then she gets an increased speed. Does she have like speed scaling? No, there's no speed scaling. So this isn't like Kuurai or anything like that. So it's just damage. Okay. And then she gets CR boost. Okay, we can probably see some neat things with this. Nothing very special. Let's see it in effect.
투지가 최대라면 모두 소모하여 피해량을 증가시키고 아군 전체 행동 게이지를 15% 증가시킵니다. 이 공격으로는 반격이 발생하지 않습니다. 소울 10개로 피해량을 더욱 증가시킬 수도 있습니다.
What was that? What was the damage? Wait, what? In the previous video, we had Shu, where crit resist worked. Now we have this video where crit resist is a lie. Honestly, I approve. Crit resist is a fucking lie. See, I told you. By example, they fucking know right here. See? I told you. Crit resist is a fucking lie. Every single one was crit. What? This is a bullshit. 50%, everything landed. I don't mind if it's just 2 of them that got crit, but like, dude, this is not 50%. This is like 100% crit right here. What happened? Honestly, that's a fair chunk of damage. That's a lot of mitigation. That was like on defense up, on Crow, through... I'm pretty sure this is like through Ori. Is that Orius? It does so little damage on Ori. It could be because of defense up though. But does a respectable amount of damage. I don't think she had attack buff here, right? I think it was just... no, she had greater attack buff. She had greater attack buff. From what? I think that might be her new artifact, isn't it? Greater attack buff. Alexa's basket. Alexa's basket. The chief is on the scene. Hands up. Wait a minute. Anyways, her S2, a passive, increases the caster's attack by 10% if you max Mola. After attacking, effect can only stack up to 5 times. Okay, dude, is she gonna even live long enough to be like, okay? Now that we know this is her S2, it literally says that she's purely DPS. So that basically means that, okay, she has a damage S3 and then she has an S2 that doesn't really protect her. So, she literally just says here, I'm a cleave. That's it. Now, how the fuck do you protect this? So, at the start of the turn, she gains 10 fighting spirit for each buff granted to an enemy. And when the fighting spirit is full, reset skill cooldown. Ah. Wait. She just have a spammable S3. Hey, that's kind of sick. She go bop 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 literally the entire time, dude. Okay. Starts the first battle with 50 fighting spirit. Not like it really fucking matters, right? Once she gets a turn, immunity plus FCC barriers, she gets... Dude, imagine what happened if like there's no FCC and there's like only immunity. Dude, that's like not even full fighting spirit, but you can probably just shoot off the S3 immediately anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, I can see it. So she just literally just an S3 bot. Like she just spams her S3 over and over. So she gains like 10% for each turn that she gets after attacking. Oh, it is after attacking. It's not at the beginning of the turn. Wait, this is kind of scuffed. How does she live? How does she live in order to stack this thing? This thing, I don't know how this thing stacks. Okay, I mean, if you could get this to stack, then maybe she could be good. But I don't think this passive is like, it really says anything besides that she just spams S3.
10% 증가합니다. 해당 효과는 최대 5회까지 중첩되는데요. 턴 시작 시 적 전체의 강화 효과 수에 10만큼 투지를 획득하며 투지가 최대라면 스킬 쿨타임이 초기화됩니다.
Why you know sober?
전투 시작 시 투지를 50 획득합니다. 1스킬 격발입니다. 사격으로 적을 공격하고 자신의 행동 게이지를
What is this, DN S1? Okay, we just saw her passive, and then we also saw her S3. We saw her S2 passive, and we just said that she's an S3. Okay, you don't need a molo this thing. This thing's useless. Whatever. This S1 sucks. Whatever. Go next.
최대 15% 증가시킵니다. 대상이 강화 효과 상태라면 효과가 2배로 증가합니다. 랑디의 아티팩트 질서의 방벽입니다. 턴 시작 시 적 전체의 강화 효과 수에
Ranger exclusive Wall of Order. At the start of the turn, for each buff granted to the enemy, has a % chance to grant the caster increased greater attack buff for 1 turn. After using an attack that targets all enemies, increase combat awareness of the caster by 10%. This effect is not activated by counter attack, dual attack, or extra attack. I think Rangers just got an Alexa's basket. Oh, shit. Yo, Rangers just got an Alexa's basket, straight up. This is pretty pog. Rangers, as of right now, don't have a lot of good artifacts besides like Sachet or I think it's like Sachet and then like freaking Cerise's artifact, whatever that shit was called, like the one that literally just makes you stealth. I think this is like amazing. Why this is amazing is just because then, let's say for example, if the enemy ends up having like, it says here, at the start of the turn for each buff granted to an enemy, let's say for example, the enemy has a shit ton of FCC, or a shit ton, like a shit ton of FCC, and FCC, some immunities, and some other bullshit. Like let's say for example, you got like Rylet. I could see like use this on like a lot of, like maybe like a lot of turn 1 Rangers. A good example is something like Basaria. Basaria can use this like, dude, she's like, boom. Dude, fucking splat, fucking Rylet die. He gone, dude. That guy gone. Dude, he even has like a buff ready to like, just let him just die straight up. Right? Greater attack buff Basaria, kaboom. Death. I don't know if I would use this on Landy though, but this does make a lot of sense. Greater attack buff is probably one of those really insane like buffs. 75% increased attack is like a lot of fucking damage. How, like, I'm pretty sure how attack buff works is like it's based on the total attack that you have. So like it's really, really fucking neat. So with this, she basically gets an Alexa's basket. This is only if like the team ends up having like a lot of buffs though. If you're gonna use this against like a team that mostly has like just immunity, I don't really think it's really that high chance, right? Let's assume that we're all free to play. We only have like a plus 15 artifact, so we're gonna put it midway, so it's gonna be like 6%, right? 6% times 4. Let's assume like every unit has like immunity. That's a shitty Alexa's basket, bro. 24%? Ayya. But normally if you're cleaving, you kind of just want to ban FCC. This doesn't make sense in my head. I only see this used for maybe Basaria, or maybe like turn 1 Rangers, maybe DPS Athletica. I don't think there's another Ranger that would use this. I think this is like an okay artifact, but I think it's still one of those artifacts for Rangers that, let's say for example, if you enjoy playing cleaves a lot, I think this is still a really good artifact. It might be even stronger than Portrait, but let's say for example, if you're just cleaving and like you use Athletica and you use like all those other setup and use even A-lots and whatnot, most of the time the enemy probably doesn't have buffs anyway. The only buffs that they will have is like immunity. I don't think you will ever let FCC go through, because then she basically considers like anti-cleave. I think I see chat here says Pavel gets attack buff. I guess so. I think Pavel can also work here. So Pavel can also use this. He can actually extend the greater attack buff twice. So he actually gets an extra turn with his S2, gets an attack buff, gets a greater attack buff for 2 turns. Use S2, S3. I think I could see this on Pavel, but I feel like Pavel would be ended up one of those units that would just use. He would just end up using, if he's turn 1, right? You'll still not let units like FCC go through. Any unit that just goes like, you just would not use Pavel against FCC. Still, I don't think that would really change. I think she would still be banned. If you're cleaving in general, just with like a damage cleave, I don't think you would ever care about it, right? So, this is a really neat artifact. I think it's only good for like 1 unit as of right now, and I think it's Basaria. I can see the uses on Basaria the most because Basaria currently doesn't have a set artifact besides like Oath Key in order to like hit Rylet. But besides that, this is okay. It's a limited artifact. I'm kind of scared. I hope that you guys can get it. Maybe I hope I can get it. But this thing might only be good against specific teams. Now, let's say, for example, you're going to use this with Landy. If you're going to use this with Landy, it's not that half bad. But in the video that they showcased her, they literally had like a turn 2 team. Now, if you're going to use this against a turn 2 team, you have to think about it this way. Is she going to even survive until her next turn? Right? That's the thing. And plus, it's like, will this thing really actually proc on her turn 1? Or like turn 2? Something like that, right? Most of the time, I probably think not. I think it might, we might see some cheeky things here. For a lot of turn 1 teams. That's all I can see. It's literally just a cleave artifact, Alexa's Basket for Rangers. But they need to have buffs. Otherwise, it just sucks. It just straight up sucks. I think the only other neat effect on it is that combat readiness. And that might actually see some uses, right? So, moving on with the video.
네, 최대 8% 확률로 자신에게 1턴간
So, what can we really say about this? Number one is like, if you're gonna use it in the situation that they're using it in, which is, I feel like it's kind of uncommon nowadays, where there's like a Deanne, Elena, and whatnot. All I can say is, I mean, I guess. I feel like at this part, it's kind of like bullshit. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I mean, I guess it kind of works the way that, I guess it's not that half bad, but if you think about it, like, in a very practical standpoint, if the enemy team ends up having defense buff, crit resist, will you do damage, actually? Right? Will you actually do damage? Or is this really just, like, straight up some fucking facade? Like, this thing is fake as fuck. Like, let's be real. You're like, sometimes crit resist works, sometimes it doesn't work. Like, when it doesn't work, literally, this thing will actually happen. But I don't really see, like, I could only see her being used in, like, 2 options. Number one is a cleave, turn 1 cleave. Like, with a Rose cleave, maybe an Athletica cleave. Maybe you need more damage, maybe you'll like it. Maybe you're against buff teams, maybe it'll be nice. Now, let's say, for example, if we're going to be using her in RTA against, like, an entire buff team, Kuurai, FCC, DN, and all that whatnot, I can probably see some good uses there. She might do a lot of damage. She's like one of those units that, if you could keep her alive for, like, a long time, she could spam her S3 over and over and over, and the enemy might not be able to heal it, like, fast enough, right? But that's only if you can keep her alive. Right, she only has HP backing up on her. She doesn't have any other defensive capabilities. That's like the only scary part that I think that makes her kind of feel iffy. It's like, if you could keep her alive, great. If you can't, I think she might be dead. Because if the enemy already has buffs already, right? How slow do you have to make your Landy be? She's gonna get one shot by every other fast DPS in the fucking game. It just doesn't seem like practical to use her at all in like the RTA perspective. I think we're probably gonna have to wait. We don't know her multipliers yet. We're probably gonna have to see until then. I don't think that she's really amazing besides like maybe her artifact. I only see like niche uses for her artifact here and there, but I don't see any uses for her. If you're a bruiser player, you're probably not gonna like her. If you're a cleaver, you might like her. Probably. Because I think she could cycle very quickly. Especially, she could like work out really well with CDOM and other cleave teams. But besides that, I think that's it for Landy. I think that's it for Landy. There's really not much I could really say about her. She's okay. I don't like her. She's just okay. I'm just there for her sister. I'm not gonna lie. I just wanna like suck up that flan, dude. I mean, what? I mean, what? But, you know, moving on, we're still not really done with it. We still got some artifacts that we gotta take a look at because it's also gonna be released, so I'm gonna talk about that in that video. So, we got the Tenebria artifact. We got the Maga exclusive. Now we have like a new mage version called the Maga, okay? I don't even know what the fuck that means, but screw it. You know, Crimson Moon of Nightmares. Okay, this is some weird-ass artifact. I'm not gonna lie. It literally just says like, hey, please put counter set on me, or some weird-ass set on my Tenebria, or like some mage, and then it'll work out just fine. It might work really well in Spectre Tenebria. I could see some good stuff with it. Maybe in like Guild War defense. Maybe some cheeky stuff. But, bro, this is weird. Why would you use this over Taga Hells or like... You can tell that they don't know... They ran out of ideas. There's literally... Like, this artifact is a stat stick. right? It's like a meme artifact. It's like a Unity set artifact right here. I could see some use of it. Maybe it's some cheeky stuff. I might be kind of scared of it. But if they have this, can I really complain about dual attacks now? Yeah, maybe not. I don't really know. I can see some cheeky stuff with this. I think the only unit that would use this really well is probably Spectre Tenebrio, though. I don't know what I would say about regular Tenebrio. Regular Tenebrio would just use like Isla's Violin or like Abyssal Crown. I don't see any use for this. That's for sure. Alright, moving on to the next artifact. We got anal beads. I mean, not anal beads. Samsara prayer beads. My bad. So, we have... Is this Alexa's basket, but for defense? Why would you do this to yourself? Why would you do this to yourself? 40% chance to grant of increased effect resistance and defense for 1 turn at the end of turn. It's not even start of turn, it's end of turn. It's okay, it actually does make kind of sense, huh? You do want these things up for like at end of turn, but 40%. No. No. Hell no. Hell no. You don't want this. Why would you do this to yourself? Just use Draco Plate or something. Maybe Hell Cutter. Your units don't need this. Just put Strax Gauntlet or something. What the fuck are you doing? No, go next. That's all I gotta say. But, you know, we already covered all the artifacts. I think this is like all the other, like the 5-star artifacts for the banners and whatnot. We even covered Landy. What I could really say about this, she a cleaver. She looked kind of okay. We kind of just want like that multiplier. We want to see what the heck it is. But as I said, I'm probably going to post it in the descriptions below where you guys can actually see it for sure. And then from there, maybe I'll leave a comment down there and actually tell you guys, is she a must pull? For now, I don't think she is. Only maybe the artifact. I only want the artifact. I don't think she's a must pull. You only want like one of her. But besides that, there's literally nothing else I could really say about this. So with that said, thank you very much for watching. This is how do you close the video again? Keck, wait. Like, comment, subscribe. There you go. I remembered it. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later until the next video. Until then, bye!